Blog Talk Radio.
All right, welcome everybody to another edition of Miss Bomey's Zone. This one should be fun, though. This should be fun. We got a chat room that's running. Holy frickin' moly.
Yeah. Looks like the chat room's running okay. And the intro worked this time, no delay.
Yeah, I mean, what's going to happen? I don't know.
It's always a surprise. You never know.
I should have brought a shoe up here so I could throw it and hear the other shoe drop.
Right? Oh, excuse me.
No, why is Smile saying he doesn't hear anything? Oh, there's our first problem, right?
See?
Do you really not hear anything, Smile, or are you? He's probably messing with us. 'Cause both mics are on. We're switched over to the system.
Yeah. He's still saying he doesn't hear anything?
No, he only said it once. He said, I don't hear anything. Is this thing on? But I don't know if he's being funny.
Oh.
Because I was saying, all's clear, yeah, see? See, I was saying something's going to go wrong, and that's why he popped in there and went, is this thing on? I don't hear it. See, I told you, it's just messing with us.
You'll give you something wrong.
Yeah, now he's at home laughing, going, oh, they were so easy. Those two are so easy. So new school versus old school in the wonderful world of technology.
Oh, yeah. There. Okay, I had to bring up my stuff. Yeah, I thought this would have been a pretty interesting topic because, we're always surrounded by technology. Things are changing in the technology world, but sometimes I wonder if we ever stop to think about the old school versus the new school as far as technology.
One of the coolest examples I've ever heard about new school versus old school technology. Now, you know the little digital watches, not the ones from now. Let's go back.
Yeah, like 30 years ago.
When they first came out, just the little LED watches. There's more power in one of those than there is in the Voyager, which, by the way, is still flying and leaving our solar system and sending back. Yeah, Voyager. The Voyager probe is still out there, and it has less power than one of those watches had.
Wow. That's crazy.
That is a technology shift, let me tell you what, right there.
That's crazy to think about it in that context.
Yeah, imagine if they had a cell phone to throw on that thing back then. It would be set to surf the web. So what was some of the coolest things you ran across?
Well, the definition modern technology is simply advancement of old technology, which I have to agree with there. I came across what I thought was interesting, the types of technology. I don't know how many people thought about this, but there's different types of technology. There's technology in construction, transportation, energy power, communication, manufacturing, and bio-related. Yep.
Oh, yeah, you have tons of different types of technology that we use nowadays.
Yeah.
PPX makes a point. Camera surveillance is everywhere. Yes, it is.
Yep. We never had that.
And back in the day, they couldn't have done it because you would have always seen the guy standing there with the giant blanket over his head going, I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
I see you see me.
There's someone coming in the yard. Let me get the plate glass. Hang on. Snap.
Yeah. But that is the one thing that I have noticed, even around here, like the other day when I was coming home from work, and I'm sitting there on a stoplight, and it's the first time that I noticed like all the cameras there on the corner and it's recording everything.
Oh yeah.
Well, I suppose that in that sense, in that form of technology, it would help. Rather, I can see how it can be a help and a hinder. You know, so it can be in help if you got into an accident, like say on that corner, to determine like who was at fault. I can also see where it'd be a hindrance for somebody because if they went through a light, a cop pulled them over and they're going to get a ticket, and they're like, no, really, it was still green when I went through.
Well, and that's the big argument. That's one of the big arguments about technology is, and I mean, we'll throw government in there as well, real quick. I mean, I'm not going to get deep into a government argument, but pretty much everything when it starts with a good intention, there's always 12 people in line that have a whole new idea on how to use it. Because having a camera at an intersection that is constantly having accidents and you can't get stuff figured out, boom, 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 that's always a big plus for helping people if there's an issue. But of course, then it's like, and we're going to use it for tickets, and we're going to use it for this, and we're going to use it to surveil. Oh my God, let's use it to spy on this. And before you know it, the camera becomes used for bad. It's not used for good. Yeah. And there's always lines of people ready to do that.
Oh yeah. Oh yay! I got the chat room up. Well, I and Eric did. He's driving the bus.
Yeah, so you're one of those people that need the backseat driver.
I do.
Christine turns around and goes, which way? Damn it, someone tell me which way. Listen, we're not going out. Go hop up there and lay down. I know, you're torturing poor dogs. Hop up there and lay down. There you go. Get on your lazy boy recliner. There you go. Thanks a lot. So yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, you like it, and then you don't like it.
Yeah, I can see where people can find lots of pros and cons for the different types of technology that's out there that we're using today. Yay, it's working out.
Now, Smile Money brought up Easy Pass.
Technology if I was allowed to have 3 monitors.
What is that?
Did you hear that?
I caught something about 3 monitors. What?
Yeah. I'm like, oh, did you get the chat room working? He's like, yeah. But think how much nicer and easier it would be if I had 3 monitors for
my technology.
For his technology.
But Smile Money made a good point with Easy Pass. Now, some Easy Pass isn't used in the wrong way in some areas. In my neck of the woods, it got started out all great and fantastic. We're going to make your life so much easier. And then the second they got it up, they started using it for evil. It was almost instantaneously. Now they've stopped. But what they were doing was they had it so where you get on an Easy Pass, and they knew exactly how long it takes to get from number 13 to number 26. And if you arrived at 26 too early, you were given an automatic ticket. The only way you could do that was if you were speeding and you're guilty. And that's the kind of stuff I don't like, that kind of crap, because then it's like, you know what, everybody just dump off your Easy Passes and let them eat it. They finally got rid of it because people just started turning in they were like, I don't want the Easy Pass anymore. Once they start realizing, oh, we're not going to be able to make extra money and charge. Oh yeah, no, go ahead, because then they're going to have to put people in the booths, and they're not going to be able to cheat those people out of their jobs so they can keep all the money. Yeah, as soon as they did that,
yeah. Big cover said technology changes so fast. You build it, install it, it's already outdated, and that's so true.
Later on, we're going to have a little segment in here where I'm going to show you how that's not true.
Well, for some things. I'm not going to say all things, but for some things it is.
Oh, yeah, computers. The computers, it's like all the Apple stuff. Everybody, they get one, they know they could make it better, but don't make it better. What you want to do is sell it now, push it now, then make it better so you can sell the whole thing again. And that's what they do.
And PPX said, I didn't think about this too. Technology has made parenting easier and also more difficult.
Yeah, that's true. Take one of the great things, the child monitor. It's both good and bad, because if you get somebody who has the right kind of I won't hand out stuff because we don't want to have creeps born on the show, but if you have someone who has the right electronics technology and they know how to get certain things, they can just tune in baby monitors and listen to that, but also so can naughty sections of the government. So I mean, there are certain frequencies where things are that it's it's both positive, because you can hear the little tyke up there. When a little tyke wakes up, you don't have to have them just laying there. You can be alerted right away, which is nice.
Yep.
But also on that same note, people can listen in. So they're both positive and negative. You got to weigh the good with the bad.
And that's the other point too that I kind of wanted to bring up and discuss. And John, I do have the chat room up now, so I can see. Thank you. The good and the bad of it all. Every time that somebody comes up with an idea and says, "Hey, let's do this or let's make this because it'll make life easier or better or faster," or whatever. But then there's always that bad too, where people will take it and use it. I shouldn't say use it, but misuse it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You got the cameras have done good. The cameras have done bad. Easy Pass has done good. Easy Pass has done bad. Baby monitors have done good. They've done bad. I mean, the only thing that really kind of seems to be okay is that thingy. If you fall down, you push the thingy.
Oh, I've fallen and I can't get up thingy.
Yeah. I don't think there's like a big industry monitoring the elderly to see if the government can get something out of them. So I don't think there's a lot of people running around monitoring whether or not grandma fell. So I think that thing seems to be okay.
Yep. And I will agree with Smile Money. He said all of his grandkids have devices in their hands all the time. And I do think that that's bad. I mean, I'm glad that we do have the devices, the cell phones, the tablets, the pads, whatever you want to call them. And they're wonderful to use. But it does seem like, kids do have that in their hands all the time. And the downside of that is that I don't think they're being able to socialize.
Well, like I said the other day,
their socializing is all done.
They're texting you from the front seat.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm right here. Oh no, I just want. No, I'm right here. Turn your head and eyeball me and tell me the joke.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to send. No, don't just send it to me.
It's like that commercial that was played a while back where the two girls go to buy a car and they both have their cell phones out, and then one is saying, "What do you think of this car?" and then the other girl's answering her, and they're standing next to each other.
Yeah, that's the stuff that's crazy. Yes, so it has made things good. It also equally has made things more difficult. Yes, I agree.
It has, and that is, Smile Money does bring up a good point too. It says, he says like guns, things are bad, people are bad. Yes, I do believe that it all is in the person that holds that, that device, that technology, what choice that they're going to make.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can either put. I mean, when you're with your kids. I mean, if you want your kids to put it down, you got to put it down. But I mean, but then on that same thing, I mean, imagine having the ability to be sitting, I don't know, we'll say in the bathroom, upon the throne and forget to do something, and then being able to get it all done right there, real quick, off your phone.
Yeah, that's multitasking.
Or the game is on. We'll use your analogy. The hockey game is on, and for some crazy reason, it's the Stanley Cup, and your team's in. Never gonna happen. But anyways.
You're just saying that Boston's in this year, so just stop.
So your team's in, and the scores are like 8-8. So they're like scoring, all right, and now nature calls. nature calls. You now possess the ability to go give nature her answer while making sure the Stanley Cup is not finished while you're not watching. That can be both positive and negative, but that's a positive example for you, right?
Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely. It's the 7th game in the Stanley Cup final. It's the 3rd period. We got 3 minutes to go, and I have to go potty, so I'm going to take my phone with me to the bathroom.
There you go. Now, see, when you were little, when that happened, all you'd have heard was, oh my God, Christy, hurry up, you can see this. And then you run in the room and hear, the Bruins won the Stanley Cup. The Bruins won the Stanley Cup.
You're wishing. You're wishing. We're not there yet. They haven't started the games yet, I don't think.
You know, Smile Money, speaking of autism, there is a piece of technology which you might find to be pretty cool. And right now there's a whole bunch of them on special. I don't know what kind of phone you have, but Walmart has them on special. Yes, the evil Walmart. You can go in there and get yourself one of the virtual reality headsets. They have some there for very little money. And I'm not saying 80 is very little. I'm talking like, $10, $15. Where you can get your hands on one of those virtual reality things. And they have some very good training tools and aids that you can use with that. It allows the child with autism to be submerged in it might be a social project. It could be a roller coaster. It could be whatever thing you want to have them immersed in, but they don't have to be there. So you don't have to worry about any complications. So you can actually do practice social scenarios with a virtual reality headset. So that's a cool thing for technology. That's kind of a positive thing. I've used it with Rhett. Well, yes, yes, I'm very familiar with the meltdown. Yeah, so you need to prior plan that.
Yep. You have to plan accordingly.
Yeah, like maybe drill a tiny hole so that you can put it on his head, but then the charge cord can go in. I've done some pretty elaborate maneuvers like that before.
Yeah. Okay. So we kind of talked a little bit about how technology affected part of the transportation, which was, the cameras and what do you call them, the passes.
Yep. The easy passes.
Easy passes. Can you think of any other scenarios as far as transportation goes where the technology has changed or evolved?
Oh, yeah, because right now the U.S. Postal Service is running a test. I believe it's in Texas. I believe it is, where there are semis on the road and there's no people driving.
Yes, thank you. Oh, yes. And wasn't Uber doing something like that a while back until there was problems and concerns with that?
Yeah, I think the U.S. Postal Service wants to. And there's a positive, but also right there behind it, you have to move it out of the way. You can see a negative. So here's people with jobs. Here, look at Jolson. There's somebody we know. Jolson got a job. You don't want to lose your job to the truck that no one drives.
Right.
And the reason why that moves more of a positive to some people is right now drivers are bound by the human body. All right, you need downtime. You have to be able to stop.
So many hours driving.
That's right. Now, if you have a co-driver, that's another person with you. They can be down. All right, and then when you go down, they can be up. But even in that scenario, it's still 16 hours, and there's 24 a day. And you got the people who go, we could actually run these things 24 hours a day.
Well, yeah, I can see that, but who's going to load and unload the products that you're carrying?
Other robots.
Okay, well, before we go any further, oh, God. Squirrel!
Yeah. You kind of lost me there.
I lost myself there.
Okay, has left the building.
Yeah. I just want to give a shout out who's in the chat room. We have Big Popper 13, Boondockers, our sponsor. We have Gun Wild, we have Smile Money, and we also have, who else was in there? PPX 16? Can't quite see that. Yep. Or 16. So thanks for joining us in the chat room.
Boondockers is in there, and Gun Wild 1 now, too.
And Gun Wild 1, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy to think of things like that, where, we have driverless trucks. And then I think a while back, if Gun Wild was in the chat room, he was saying something about pizza delivery, Pizza Hut or Domino's, where you could call and order your pizza and it would drive it up to your house.
I don't know about that. I know that, like, what's the $5 pizza? God, I can't think of it now.
No,
yeah.
Little Caesars.
Little Caesars. That's.
Yeah, you can order that and they put it in like the ready oven.
Yeah.
So you just go grab it and then.
Right, but they've got it now where you don't need a cashier. You don't need a cashier. They still have them there, but I mean, what they're doing is they make it sound so cool. We have our pizza porthole. Yeah. But what they're doing is they're getting you to buy it online, avoid the cashier. Don't got to pay a cashier. Then when you get there, you don't have to have anybody get it for you. You go in, you get it yourself. That's the part that I don't like about new technologies. I'm getting sick and tired of all this do-it-yourself. Go to the grocery store, the lady's like, not only can you ring it up yourself, but you can bag it too, you freaking loser. Yeah, you can bag it, put it in your own cart. Get the hell out of here. I hate that. I don't like that at all.
I gotta bag my own groceries at the store that I shop at, so that part's nothing new. But yeah, the self-checkouts, we didn't have that technology years ago, and now we have that. That's something that has changed.
Right, which was, number one, good, and also holy freaking evil.
Yeah,
I
mean it's good if you're in a hurry, you want to just zip through with your items, pay, and fly out the door. But the bad?
The bad is I have a cart of groceries. A whole cart, and it's like, there's not even a counter to put them on. They want me to literally just stand there. Oh, my God. Smile Money, don't bother trying it. It's of no value. No value.
Well, Smile Money, I'm glad you got the gifts, and sorry you didn't have no eggs, but you'll have to let me know how the omelets turn out. The self-checkout, some people are okay with it, other people don't like it.
But now that's changed twice on us. You remember when you were little, I used to always be amazed at the ladies. I'm not saying ladies to be sexist. Anybody who gets that stupid idea. It's just that's what it was, mainly ladies. That's what it was. There were bag boys, and generally the checker was a lady. And do you remember? She could sit there and talk to you, Christine. She had one hand on the register, one hand moving things. All right, and she's talking to you. She looks at it 174. She's just 10 keying, and her hands are flying, like she's typing a thesis, and she's just sitting there and she's sliding it across. And everybody knew how to do math back then. Do you remember? We all knew how to add things up. So when we got to the register, we knew it was either 106.50 or 104. It was somewhere right there. So as long as she landed at 105.85, you were fine. But you knew how to add. See, now we don't know how to add. If cell phones have stopped us from being able to add. But so they changed that to the scanner. Remember the UPC barcode scanner, and now they're leaving that there, but they're turning around and going back to the cashier again. As long as it's you back. We're going back to the old days of having the cashier. We're just going to have a whole lot of cashiers. You're your own cashier.
Well, I'm going to go to the chat room here really quick. Gunwild says that Taco Bell has an app so you can order and pay for your food before you even get to the restaurant. Boondockers also says that McDonald's wants you to use the kiosk. So kind of along the same lines of the self-checkout.
Well, see, and I'm the jerk. I'm the jerk when McDonald's points and goes, well, can you just use the kiosk? I go, well, how much of a discount do I get? We don't give discounts. Well, I don't use kiosks then. Either I get paid for doing that work or I'm not doing it.
And it seems to be that there's quite a few places, and not just in the restaurant industry, that's using kiosks. Because I can tell you that there's 2 or 3 kiosks in the building that I now work in for healthcare. For certain services, you can go to the kiosk and check in.
If you want help,
not all services, just certain ones.
If you want help, just start hitting it with your finger, all right? And then just start smacking it, going, how come this thing's not working? People will come running because that's like $1,000, $10,000. They will come flying. Sir. I'll get it taken care of. Thank you. I just step back then. There you go. Step back. It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts when you walk into places and I got to pay for service, and the first thing they tell me is, do it yourself, idiot. Nope. I have to be paid.
Now, I did get a chance to review this one too much, but construction. How has construction?
A lot. There's a lot of construction. I mean, this just concrete, Christine. Just concrete. They have all this new featherweight concrete, which weighs like nothing. And I got to mess with one of the blocks. It was cool. It was like 24 inches long. Imagine a concrete block. All right? It's a masonry block that's 24 inches long, didn't weigh anything, and you can cut it with a frickin' saw. Just one of the old-fashioned hand saws. You can cut it.
Really?
Yeah. It's
strong though and supportive and does all the things that concrete normally would do?
Once all the things are put together, yes.
Wow.
But in construction, a lot of things are like that. I mean, just like a wall can be kind of flimsy until the sheetrock and the inside. Once everything's on it, then the wall is good and tight and sturdy.
Good. So in the world of construction, are you saying that the materials have changed, that they have advanced?
Oh, wicked advance. Well, look right now. We started insulating. Okay, let's go back to what I'm familiar with. I've dealt with homes that are full of clothing. This is not a joke either. They would tear up the old clothing and stuff it in the walls. That's what they did.
Oh my God.
Well, before they had no insulation in it. Okay, and then they started just using old clothes. It was just cloth. It was cotton, right? And they're stuffing in there. They fill walls up with that stuff. Then they went on to cellulose. All right, you have the blown cellulose, which is just wood pulp. Then we went to fiberglass insulation. Then we started using fiberglass insulation, but we also have foam insulation. Now we have the new thing, which is spray-on. Imagine this, Christine. Just you standing in your kitchen where you're at right now. If everything was out of there and the walls were just 2x4s, someone said to you, insulate this. You could insulate that entire thing, just you, in probably 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, I saw that on HGTV when they were doing a renovation for a home. They stripped it down to, the bare bones minimum, and then they had to re-insulate the walls because they were, I don't know, I think they took out a window where a window was and boarded that up, so it was just all wall. So they had to go insulate it, and it was just some guy with like a hose, and he was just and then done.
Yeah. But and when you spray it on, it looks like water, and then all of a sudden it just goes. So as it's filling the holes, you're down another 10 feet. So as fast as you can spray with this thing, is as fast as you can put it on there. PPX just put it in there. Spray insulation. Is it ICAN or I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, but see that's another way that's gone. Our lighting systems have changed in everything. We're now in LED. Here's the funny part is I crack up once in a while when I like to mess with people. I was messing with someone's head the other day. They were like, "Well, what do you think of the new lighting systems? You're into power." I'm like, "What do you mean the new lighting system?" "Well, all the new LED." I'm like, "LED?" I was like, "Wow, I had an LED in my car dashboard in the 70s." He's like, What do you mean? This is all new stuff. I said, no, they finally learned how to use the technology correctly. But we had LEDs long ago. That little tiny watch.
Yeah, that was LED.
Watch was called an LED, a light emitting diode. And what we have now are lights that are light. I mean, they've just really perfected it, but it's still the same thing. I like to mess with people's heads with that one.
Well, and the thing that kills me too about the world of technology or the world of construction is now I was watching HGTV and every year they give away a house. This year they're giving away a smart house. So this house does like all kinds of things. You can tell it what to do, how to do it. It can be voice activated, or it can be ran from a tablet, or all kinds of. It's crazy to think of that. To tell your whatever device, shut my blinds or do this or do that, and give it all kinds of weird commands.
Those things are cool. I don't like it because it's all on the internet, which gives. Remember, nobody can hack anything on the internet. No matter what, you're always safe. There's no such thing as viruses or hackers. Nothing will happen. Cross my heart. Trust me. No. No. But see, now there's a prime example of how cool it seems. But remember, where people are going, I'm too freaking lazy to turn off the light switch. Yeah. I yell in the air, lights off.
Yeah. I mean, basically that's what you can do.
And we've been trying to pull this off for a long time. You remember? Clap on, clap off. We've been trying to figure out how to get somebody else to turn the lights off when we leave the room for a long time.
See, it's a new updated version of clap on, clap off.
But now, when I was at Home Depot, which is now more than 20 years ago.
Yeah.
We had automated systems there then to turn off the lights when you left the room. They were just motion sensors. As long as you were in the room, the light was on. As soon as you walked out, it went off. So that's been around, but now they've got it so it's on your phone. So it's like some of the new stuff has just got to the point of being crazy.
Smile Money says the water and electric meters that are read by a vehicle driving down the streets.
Up here, I can't believe it, but we've actually, everywhere else in Maine, we're like 25 years behind.
Yeah.
But when it comes to power meters, I think we're 20 years ahead. Now there is like a lady, one woman at the office. She has the ability to turn your power off. When they say you have to pay $100 to turn it back on, she's the one who actually turns it on. No one comes to your house. She uses this new smart meter thing. It's all on the computer. She can turn off your power, turn on your power. She can do all that crap from one computer right there. And they actually read the meter too there.
Yeah. There's one person that's taking care of all that. But the bad side is it's like you say, it's all out there on the internet. What if that craps out or somebody hacks into it? I mean, they could, shut your power off and really mess with all kinds of things.
Oh, yeah.
It's scary.
That's why I like having, to me, I stop, when it comes to that technology stuff, I kind of stop at like not a smart thermostat, but it might be a digital thermostat. Okay. I have a digital in the house, but I also, for my pellet stoves, I don't want digitals. I use the old-fashioned style. People just hand them to you at a garage sale free. Here, take this. I don't even know what the hell that is. It's like magic. They're like, no, it's a thermostat. That's all it is. They don't even have a clue how this crazy round thing works with the dial on it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like having some of the old-fashioned stuff because there's no on that. Nothing can break. On the old-fashioned thermostat, you go to your grandmother's house. She's had the same thermostat for 65 years. It's not broken. It won't break. It's mercury in a glass tube with two friggin' leads on it. When the mercury touches the leads, the power is on. When it turns the other way, it does. It's just a spring. That's it.
Yes, and we do have Hey Google, and I don't know if I like that sometimes. Oh gosh, now see, I activated it on my phone. Okay, stop. Don't do that.
Hey Google, do you like yourself?
That bitch don't know shit. Amen to that.
Could you imagine if you guys ever got a poodle? It might get totally mixed up. Hey, poodle. I mean, no, not you. God damn it.
Not Google. Poodle. So there really is good and bad to different kinds of things as far as technology goes.
Oh yeah.
Really, truly, that there is. So we talked a little bit about the energy and power, and that was what we were talking about with the way that they read the meters and having the capability to turn on and off your electricity and monitoring your house from an outside source, which is just crazy to me. Communications. Let's talk a little bit about how the telephone has changed throughout the years. Go from the telephone on the wall that your grandma or your mom and dad had at the house, which was a rotary phone, to a cell phone, which is just crazy to think about how much the technology has changed. I mean, whoever thought that one day somebody would say, well, you'll have a cell phone, a smartphone, and you'll be able to look things up on the internet and be able to do this and that and all kinds of things, which just is crazy to me. Gunwild says cars and computers, too damn expensive to fix. Give me an older car with no computer. That's no lie there. Every time I turn around and see another car ad that comes out, they've got something else that's the latest and greatest that it has been another added feature to it, which just kind of blows my mind because I do think not only is it too damn expensive, but for me, it seems like it's more shit to go wrong. Smile money.
Can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Okay.
Smile Money says, bad. How can you remember all the usernames and passwords? The phone, you have to remember the area code and number. That's true, because there is like a lot of usernames and passwords.
Worst part about that is that somebody knows that and they go, oh, you know what? We have an app for that. And people will get on to the App Store, get this newfangled app that will hold all your freaking passwords, and they'll give somebody all their passwords. And they don't know anything about this person. They give them all, and you'd be shocked, not just one person or not 50, not 150, not 150,000, millions of people do this every single day. They go, oh, you know what? I'll just get that app that does all my passwords for me. And they do. And so now there's someone you don't know that has all of your passwords. I do too, Gunwild. I have a landline.
Oh, yeah, me too. Where was I reading it? He said his smartphone can sync with his glucose meter, and he can send a report to his doctor. That could be a good thing.
Those are cool things. I'm not saying there's not great things. I mean, just like with the self-checkout, it can be awesome. It can be awesome when you've got a kid who's crying in your arms, and all you needed was these freaking cough drops, and nobody bothered to call anyone in to ring the lines, and every single line you look at's got grandma and grandpa there who decided to do the once a year grocery shopping experience. So they've got like 9 carts. You've got one bag, and nobody says, "Here, go ahead of me." At that moment in time, you're thankful as hell that there's a self-checkout.
Yeah.
All right, and I acknowledge and accept that. All right, but then the bad comes in. So there's always good. It's like, being able to sync your blood stuff with your phone, it can be very good for you. It can be very, very good.
It's very helpful to send all that information to the doctor to keep all that going. No one has home phones anymore, so the alarm has a radio transmitter. That was PPX. Interesting. Yes, phones have changed so much. I mean, we really do use our cell phones for a lot of things that we never used to.
I still am now working on not doing that. I refuse to. I mean, I could do the show from the phone. I won't do the show from the phone. It's not going to happen. Number one, I don't think I could see a 1-inch screw. Can you see me going, my fat finger is not sitting on a little. No, I there's so much you can do. I won't do from the phone. I won't do the shopping. I'll get on if I'm going to do something on the computer, I get on the computer and I go and I look at it. I don't try to do, because half these websites won't work on your phone. And then they'll go, and they always do this, and I love it. They'll go, oh, you know what? You want to look at Home Depot on your phone? Well, you have to download the app. And then they go, and don't forget our special privacy policy. It's 156 pages long. And they want you to read that, and then there it says they get to sell all your information. So, yeah, I don't bother doing half the stuff on my phone.
But, yeah, the communication aspect of it is for that has really, really changed throughout the years. And it amazes me how fast and furious that it has changed. It's like every time you turn around, they're coming up with a new phone that has a new angle that did this, and before it didn't do that, and it's crazy, you know. Like Gunwell said, his cell phone is a computer, his day planner, calculator, alarm, phone, and text. I mean, that right there is an example of stuff that people normally use on a daily basis just from their cell phone alone.
I remember that everybody being devastated when they were getting rid of the dial phone. I mean, good God Almighty! And to this very day, and guess what? To this very day, they haven't finished it yet. Did you know that? They're not done yet.
With what?
They haven't finished yet. Getting rid of the dial phone.
No.
They still haven't. I mean, they started this in the 70s, and they still haven't finished getting rid of the dial phone. But boy, I'll tell you what. You have an iPhone 6, and then you want to put out an iPhone 6s. The iPhone 6 they don't want. If they could make it not work, they would. There's so many things they like. I mean, look at Windows. We got Windows 10. Windows 10. Why are we even bothering with Windows 7? Let's just kill it. They want to kill Windows 7 now, and force people to follow along. You need to pay me again. You need to pay me more. Pay me more.
That to me is a negative in my book as far as technology goes. Is when they're forcing you to move along with the software on your computer, apps on your phone. You know, updates for this and that and the other thing. In fact, we just had another update not too long ago at my work for software. Like, people, stop.
Well, yeah, and all of that, and like Smell when he says they can't find Hillary's emails.
He said the FBI lost the text messages.
I mean, seriously. I mean, really.
It's crazy when you think about it in the scheme of things. So you want to talk about some of the things that you are old school and why?
This is called a special segment by John called Old School Forever. These are things that are old school, and that's it. That's it. There's nothing else is going on. Think of your toilet. Think of your toilet. In 1775, the S-bend was patented on the toilet, which allowed that water to stay there in the bottom. Since then, they've got heated seats. They've got, mechanisms put on it. They've got jet assist in the tank. Or flat. All of those things. But the toilet.
The toilet has changed, but not
the toilet is still the same toilet.
It
Why? Old school. Old school forever. Barbed wire. It's still barbed wire.
Barbed wire, like fencing?
Yeah.
Are you talking? Yeah.
Yeah, it's still barbed wire. They've changed the way the barb looked, but it's still wires wrapped around with sharp thingies in it. I mean, it's still barbed wire. That came out in 1874.
I just had to interject this PPX for 1 second. Oh boy, here we go, shitters.
Well, yeah, I had no choice. And look, Christine, look right here. Toilet was not number one on the list. I actually went to it first so that I could satisfy the need for shitters. I knew I had to do that.
Well,
so yeah, now that we've got the shitters handled, all right, Bob. Here's another one. Here's another one you don't think of: the doorknob.
Yeah, that hasn't changed at all.
The doorknob. Yeah, instead of it being always round, it's a lever, but it's still a doorknob. You push the handle. You're able to be in a room and secure a door and have it not be locked on either side. That's one. That came out in 1878. Old school forever. The spring-loaded mousetrap. That came out in 1898. And when you go to the hardware store, there's lots of people who go, well, don't do that one. Do ours. What does everybody still go get? The spring-loaded mousetrap. Why? Because it's the same damn thing.
Yeah.
All right. And Smile Money, or I'm sorry, Gunwald, I have to disagree. Toilet paper did change. It used to be the Sears and Roebuck catalog. That's why everybody loved it. And before that, it was corn cobs.
It was
Could you imagine sitting on corn cobs?
Corn cobs?
Yeah, they would use corn cobs, and then they went to the Sears and Roebuck catalog. They used leaves. They used all kinds of stuff. But no, he's right. Toilet paper, since it came out, it hasn't changed. That's another thing. All right, but also scissors. Scissors. Yes, we have child-proof scissors. Yes, we have a different design on the handle. It's still two pieces of metal sliding against each other to cut.
Yeah, that hasn't changed.
Nope, it has not changed. And another one, the plunger. This one I found hilarious. In 1932, the plunger was invented. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Nobody came forward to take credit. So to this day, nobody knows who invented the plunger, which coincidentally brings us back to shitters again. Here's one in your world, Christine. There's something that you deal with every single day that has never changed since its conception. The paperclip.
The paperclip, yeah. That hasn't.
It's the same damn paperclip it was when it was made in 1899.
Wow.
In 1290, glasses were invented. And they are the same.
Yes, they are.
And the longest standing one are the string instruments of yesteryears, like the violin and the guitar, and some of your brass instruments were invented in the 12th in the 16th century. Some were invented even earlier than that, and they haven't actually changed. The violin has not changed at all since when it was invented.
So the violin hasn't changed at all since like the 16th century?
Yep.
How many years?
Same thing.
Centuries.
They made the instrument and then boom.
Mhm.
That tends to be a thing for instruments, though.
Yeah.
Now, I'll finish by asking you one quick piece of trivia, and then you got the rest of it. Can you name an American instrument? It is an American instrument. It's a string instrument. It's from America. It was made here. It started here. It's only here in America. It is truly the American instrument.
It's a string instrument?
Yep.
The only thing I can think of, and I don't think it classifies as a string instrument, would be the banjo.
Oh, banjo is not the answer. The banjo was out before America.
Okay.
It is called the dulcimer. It is from the Ozarks. It is called the dulcimer. It is an American instrument. It's a string instrument. There you go. Big Papa Air just said dulcimer. That is it. The dulcimer is correct. Dulcimer is the American instrument. It was born in America. It's from America. That's it.
Well, what is the dulcimer? Is it?
It's
like
a string instrument.
Is it like a violin?
Think of it like a very strange shaped violin that lays flat, and you play it flat by strumming it. Once you hear it, you'll be like, "Oh, I've heard that 1,000
I know
times."
what that is. Yeah. Okay. Yep, I know what it is now. I didn't know that was here or.
That was my piece of trivia about things. And by the way, old school dulcimer, still the only dulcimer.
Yeah. Not changed. crazy.
Mom already had a handmade dulcimer. There you go. That's very cool.
Mhm. Well, at the last couple of minutes, I wanted to talk about ways technology has made us lazy. Because we have all this great, wonderful technology that has helped us be more fast, more efficient, more this, more that. But I think it also has made us lazy, too.
Yeah, people laying on the couch going,
Yep.
What's it going to be like today? And they go, hold on a minute, I'll get my phone. It's like, oh, my God.
I know.
Stand up and put your head out the front door. What does it look like?
Yep.
Do you see clouds? Might be a chance of rain. Is it bright and sunny? Probably going to be a good day.
That's the first thing that was on this list, a massive amount of entertainment without leaving the sofa. When you think about it, you have the comforts in your own home. You can watch pay-per-view. You can stream. You can be on your phone. You can be doing all kinds of things. You can play video games, TVs, movies, video games, hanging out with friends, getting music, making updates to your phone without ever even getting up off the couch.
Yep.
The second one was checking in with loved ones without really checking in.
Yeah, I enjoy those a lot. That's where you do the one mass post on Facebook and figure all the relatives will check that. Yeah,
right.
My favorite is, oh, she had the baby, and you're like, how come I didn't know she had the baby? I put it on Facebook. I really have lived that before.
Yep.
That is such a pisser when someone goes, it was on Facebook, and you're like, oh my God, I go outside and mow the lawn. Oh my God, I get up and walk around.
Well, that's it. You know, it makes it easy for both family and friends to keep updated. It tells you where you are, what you're doing. I mean, you can put it on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of those. So,
yeah, now imagine if you're like, if you go, my niece was born. Yeah, she was born 3 weeks ago. You're like, well, how come don't you don't you have me on Snapchat? Don't you have me on Snapchat? I Snapchatted the whole birth. Jesus Christ, Christine.
I know. Did you check your Instagram? I mean, what's the matter with you? It's
Oh my God, Christine, I Snapchatted the whole birth.
That to me is just crazy, lazy, because I think it takes away from actually having conversations with one another. To actually pick up the phone or meet your friends for dinner to say hi. How are you doing? So that
Big Papa AR came up with another one I left off the list. Boobs.
What's that?
Boobs. They haven't changed. I beg to differ. Some of them don't. Some of them are completely not even real anymore. But yeah, okay. I'll give you that one. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
The other one that I have on my list here is online shopping. You don't have to go to your favorite store at the mall anymore. You can do all your online shopping through Amazon.com or your favorite store that you like to shop at, because just about every store does now have a website.
I refuse to do that grocery shopping thing. I will never do that. I could do it here right now. I will not do it. I literally want to be in charge of going grocery shopping. I cannot. I tested it with the missus one time. And I'm telling you, it was that Walmart thing. And you know what they do? If you're like, okay, I need some asparagus, I'm going to need some arugula, I want to get some of that fancy tall lettuce that comes in that tube lettuce, what's it called? Romaine or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give me some of that. The first thing they do is they walk up to it. They don't care about you. They're like, they grab them. Well, that one looks like crap. It's got brown all over it. Well, now it's gone. I won't have to throw it away, huh? In your bag it goes. I mean, they don't open up the eggs and look through the eggs and make sure there's no cracks in them. Hell no. They'll just blame it on the driver. Oh, the driver must have cracked the egg. I mean, yeah, no. I'm going to go to the grocery store and I'm going to put them in my car and I'm going to go get them. I mean, I can't imagine. People are like, oh, they have a service to grocery shop for me. Let's do that. You want somebody else who is pissed that they have to go work now because you sent in an order. You want them picking your freaking produce. No, I don't know. Can we change the date on this hamburger? Well, I'm not going to get her a new one on the back. So here, change the date on it.
The other one too that made the list was quality time with friends. With so many friends, keeping track of who actually has the time to hang out in real life anymore. You're so busy on social media, communicating through all of those different various sites that it's just easy to know what's going on. So you don't have to bother to pick up the phone or have a conversation or check in with anybody.
Have you ever had the Facebook arguments? I've actually had this, which just drives me crazy. People go, dude, you haven't done anything on Facebook for so long. What you been up to? You're like, you're calling me on the phone. Yeah, I was just checking in. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Well, I hadn't seen you on Facebook. You're like, asswipe. All you do is call. Just call. Or even you can use the fancy texting thing, but you don't wait for me on Facebook. I mean, good God Almighty, there are people that you must have fallen off the planet. You must have fallen off the planet because you weren't on Facebook.
Well,
but don't you have a job? You have a job, right? Yeah, you work all the time, right? Well, they let us look at our. Oh, okay. They let you look at Facebook at work. Okay, that's great. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, your Twitter, Instagram, and everything else.
Yeah, you're a productive mofo.
Oh, and then there's this other one that says no more running your own errands. Along the lines of what we were just talking about now. Too busy living your easy life to actually handle errands yourself. There is a TaskRabbit that is a service that connects people with people who need help with background checks, pre-approved individuals who are happy to accommodate you for the needs for some by delegating your chores to TaskRabbit. Users can feel free to use their free time to do whatever it is why?
Because it doesn't. You're having a hard time because it makes no damn sense. What the free time is going to be doing is loading all the information for the shit you got to do in TaskRabbit. That's what you're going to spend your free time doing. Get up off the freaking couch and make a damn list. Are you freaking kidding me? I can't make a list. Is there a rabbit somewhere? Can you make a list for me? Thank you. How much is it going to cost? $8 a month? Right on. As long as I don't got to write a list.
This one I'm guilty of, but I do love to read. It says no more pursuing the bookstores. Inventions like the Kindle are doing so well. They're actually putting some of the bookstores out of business, forcing physical bookstores to adapt the emerging trend to the digital reading book.
Oh yeah. And it's even worse than that. Even though I left all the cards and the presents in the garage that one time for Christmas,
yes.
They've got it set up now where you don't have to go Christmas shopping. You don't even have to do your own cards. You can send an e-card.
Yes. I know.
I no postage. It's like, oh, you know what? I'll just send everybody an e-card. I mean, how unpersonal is that? Everyone gets the same damn. Oh, holy crap.
No more asking for directions. We have GPS for that. I'm just kidding around through the past couple.
And by the way, that was a right of manhood that was taken away.
I knew you were going to say that.
The right to get lost and refuse asking for directions is a rite of passage for manhood. Now I've got to deal with the lady on the GPS. Turn left here. I don't want to. You're wrong. Down the road, I'm positive. Turn left here. At your next intersection, make a U-turn. Shut up!
And the last one is no more waiting on hold with 1-800 numbers. You've been desperate to get a hold of someone to handle missing luggage from the airport or whatever your issue is, and you tried pressing 1 to speak to a human only to find that selecting from another large, monotonous menu that keeps going on and on and on. Irritation that follows. Well, now they have this thing where it's called Fast Customer. It is a new app it's free for iPhones and Androids that cut the time out for that annoying waiting period to actually get you connected and directed.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
It'll just be another. It'll be another. We need to get you to the right office, so press 1 if it's. Oh wow, you're in the last 30 seconds, girl.
I know. So thanks everybody for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed this topic. Thanks everybody in the chat room. Thanks everybody who listened live. Thanks to everybody that will listen out there in Blog Talk Radio and hopefully at some point in time all the other ones that we have. Join us next week.
It'll all get fixed. It'll all get fixed.
So join us next week where our topic is going to be government. Do they really have too much power? Think about that one. Until then, everybody have a good night. That hour went by too quick. Just saying.